This is Car Guys Talk with Andrew and Tavarish.
Hey there, everyone.
How's it
Hope
going?
you're having a
Hope you're having a really
fantastic
great
day
day
today
today.
because we're having a show
right here, right
with
now,
the Car Guys. We
on
are the Car Guys.
internet television channel YouTube.
That's right. YouTube.com/ this show right here.
/
Hey, everyone. My name is Freddie Hernandez, and you might know me as Tavarish if you're watching this show. And I tell you that my name is Tavarish. The guy across the table from me.
That's me.
That's you.
I'm
You are.
I'm Andrew.
His name is Andrew, and he's my partner in crime. He is he's also there we go. Yo, a very soft handshake, sir. Okay. Well, yeah, that's how we do it. So this is Car Guys Talk. We talk about cars, car culture, all that sort of stuff. We are gonna talk about some car stuff today.
Yeah, I think we should talk about some car parts.
Right. So
Specifically, them roundy rounds.
yes, roundy rounds. I don't know where you were going with that. Yeah, wheels. So I wanted to talk a little bit about. Actually, you wanted to talk a little bit about some wheels.
Yeah, I did.
I wanted to, before we talk about like the actual topic, I wanted to go on a little bit of a tangent.
We're starting out with a tangent. We're
Starting. It's not really a tangent. It's still talking about wheels. So HRE just made their first like 3D printed wheel,
titanium
and
wheels.
it looks insane.
It's wild.
Yeah. So HRE, what is 3D print? I wish I had this already like queued up, but that's the way we're doing it on this.
F it, we'll do it live.
Yes, we'll do it live. So here is the wheel, and it's 3D printed titanium, and it looks almost watch-like.
Yes, it does. Yeah, you're
It
right.
looks like a skeleton watch or something, but there's so many layers here. I can't imagine. I mean, if you give this to Matt Mormon from Obsessed Garage, you'd be like, clean this.
Oh man,
It'll take him like a year.
oh man,
Look at that. Imagine getting brake dust on that.
oof.
But it's on a, what is this?
McLaren 675, I believe.
It's either, is it a P1? No.
I think it's 675.
Okay, well,
I think it is.
it might be a P1 actually. No,
It's
it's
a
P1.
P1. You're right. Yep.
But this looks insane.
Yeah, it looks pretty crazy.
Absolutely insane. I think it's a little much for me.
Yes. So my honest opinion is
I would not daily this.
I would daily a P1.
Would you daily it with these wheels?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Imagine curbing these wheels. Imagine how hard
Dude,
you
they're
cry.
titanium. You would destroy the curb.
Yeah. I just ran over and the curb exploded. I don't know.
No, yeah, I agree with you. I think that the idea is really cool. It's just the execution. I don't think I would have used that detail. But I honestly, this is just a showcase.
This is for SEMA. This is what they can do.
Yes, yeah. This is literally just like this is the possibility that this is what we can do or what we can start to do with this technology. So like in that vein, I think it's incredible.
Yeah, it is. It is crazy. I mean, there's a lot going on here.
Yes.
And you can tell that there's, all these are like structural and it all reinforces and it's probably super strong. I don't want to know how much this costs. It's probably
as of right now. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm sure that, a few years down the line, as with any technology, it'll go down in price. But as of right now, yeah. Who knows?
I mean, if they can do this with, instead of titanium, maybe just do it with like cheap Chinese pot metal. Maybe, maybe then we'll talk. But no, I mean, HRE has been they've been making really good wheels for forever.
Yeah, this is not their first rodeo.
Yeah. So, man, this thing looks cool. So this is one of the lattices, I guess. Yeah, one of the spokes. And look how detailed that is. And that's when you 3D print something. How long does this take? Because
Who knows? Especially when you're working with metal. How do you 3D print metal?
I think I think it just melts. I don't know.
That's wild.
Can you melt? Obviously, you can melt titanium.
Yeah,
but
of course.
I don't know. I don't know how you do it. I think, isn't it? Well, it wouldn't be CNC'd.
No, it's 3D printed.
Yeah,
There's a difference.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I wish I knew more about this.
Oh, they teamed it with GE to do that.
Okay, cool. So this has to be state of the art type stuff. Let's see. Let's take a look at how HRE made its 3D printed wheels. So it's okay. Well, this is a video. You guys can check it out later. I don't want to get pulled off of YouTube. But It looks really cool. I'm actually going to be talking with HRE this week, and I'm going to try to maybe pitch them something. But I really wanted to work with them because they work with Michelin. And,
nice.
And I think that maybe we can get some wheels or something like that, and just kind of get that brand synergy going. Some working together with that. A lot of my friends work with HRE, so Eric Dietz and Moderator and Matt D'Andrea from CarCast, and a few other people. Hoonigans work with them, all this stuff. So I'd love to do something with them, but as far as on the topic of wheels,
sure, yes.
What did you want to talk about?
I just wanted to see kind of where you are with wheels and like what some of your favorite brands or styles of wheels. What makes you go wow when you see a wheel?
So there's two schools of thought. One is you can go super conservative, and then another is you can go crazy like that HRE thing. I tend to go. I used to be like, what's the craziest, offset, and what's the biggest wheel, and like, but then you actually have to drive the car.
Yes.
And then that introduces a lot of issues, drivability and tire wear and tire selection and all that stuff. So I like, depending on what it is, let's say a Japanese car or something.
Sure.
Right? I think you can't go wrong with like a good 5-spoke design. Just a regular 5-spoke. I think that's the best. So as far as like symmetry, it'll look good rolling. There's a lot of negative space, which I really like in a wheel. I don't like a wheel that like the monoblocks. Like monoblocks look good, but I like a lot of negative space. I like that you can see the brakes and you can see a lot of the mechanical components, that sort of thing. So like I'll pull it up. A really good kind of go-to is like a T37, which isn't a 5-spoke, I don't believe.
6-spoke.
Yeah, it's a 6-spoke, but it's just. I think it's a good-looking wheel. It's a Volk T37. They made by Rays, which makes all the really good wheels from Japan. T37, and there's a sort of knockoff that I had on my VR4, my 3000 GT.
That was like a 5-spoke.
Yeah, that was a 5-spoke. Let's see, 1999, and my car should come up. So yeah, so this is a 5-spoke sort of. That, and this is a Rhoda P45R.
It looks so tough.
Yeah, it looks good. So I
love it.
I like this, and I like that there's enough tire there. It wasn't like, it's not just rubber bands. So I think these are 40 series tires. Mm-hmm. So they're low-ish profile, but they're not. The ride quality was pretty good, and I love these wheels. But these are towards the bottom end of the spectrum. These are actually pretty cheap. I think I paid $800 for this set. Like brand new.
Yeah.
So there are way more expensive wheels, like my Lamborghini wheels.
Strasa.
Yeah, so Strasa forged. Let's just look up Lamborghini wheels Tavarish and Tavarish. There we go. And let's see what it comes up with. So yeah, so these are the wheels that I had powder coated, and these are like $10,000.
Yes.
I did not buy them for $10,000. They came on the car.
Yeah.
So you can actually see a cool like before and after. So this is my before picture when they were red, and then after when the car's finished, and now they're gunmetal. And I like the the motif that it's just white on dark, and the red. A lot of people do like the red. I do. I like the color. I just don't like it with everything else. I think it's a little too flashy and a little too gaudy. But these wheels I like because they're like a split 5-spoke design, super clean. But what kind of wheels do you like?
Well, I guess it also depends on the application.
Yeah, because your wheels are what, the OZ Racing Rally Racing, right?
Yeah,
Rally Racing, and they look very tough. They're actually more akin to monoblocks as well. So you have those wheels and they look really good.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in love with these wheels. However, 1552 just came out with a new wheel.
Okay.
That I'm also really in love with.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that looks good.
On the Clubman, that looks so sick.
Wow, OZ Racing Rally Racing on a Clubman. Mini, and it's dumped, and it looks pretty tough.
Yes, it does.
Is that stock? That can't be like that body kit. Is that stocked with the quad exhaust?
It may be if it's a JCW.
It looks almost Mercedes AMG ish.
Mm-hmm.
That looks really good. Ooh, this is a different one, right?
That's that stock wheel pretty much.
So this is like
basically my setup in different colors. My car's black with the dark gray.
Yeah, this is also Focus RS, I think.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And this is but this is very similar to yours, and it looks great.
Yeah,
looks great.
Nice.
So 1552 made what?
Yeah, so look up. So actually, the car that you just looked at. So as 1552 Integrale. Integral. Oof.
Ooh, that's nice. So it looks a lot like the OZ Racing Rally Racing, except the interior spokes are also
hollowed out.
Yeah, they're hollowed out, and it looks real nice. It's like a multi-spoke design. It's almost like a BBS type wheel.
Well, yeah. So these wheels are based off the stock wheels that came on the Delta Integrale.
Oh, okay. Well.
So
were they now?
Yes.
Yeah. I couldn't tell that by the name. But they look real nice.
Oof. Yeah.
So, especially the blue on white. Would you do a white? Would you ever do a white wheel on a dark car?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. I wouldn't do it on a black car. I think that's too much contrast. I would do it on like a gray car.
Yeah.
With white wheels, I think that would be a really clean look. If I end up getting a set of these, I'm going to have them powder coated, basically the same color as my OZs.
Yeah.
Because I just really like that super dark, kind of low key look.
Well, would it be the same? Honestly, I think on your car, I would do a little bit of a lighter color because you don't want. I don't think that there would be that much of a difference between this wheel and what you already have,
and that's fine.
Okay, if you just want something subtle, but I mean, like these wheels are probably expensive. So,
actually, I think they're probably cheaper than my OZs.
Really?
I think so.
I don't know if 1552 made wheels that were like
because
affordable to the common man.
The Turbo Max were less expensive.
Oh, okay.
Than my OZs.
That looks good.
Yes, it does. Oh man, that looks so good. Oof,
that looks really good. So these are 18-inch wheels. You have what?
18s.
You have 18s. Mm-hmm. Oh.
The only difference is these are 18 by 8.5, where mine are 18 by 8.
Okay.
So these are wider, which is good too.
So you get a little wider.
A little more meat.
And these are 1552 on the
Turbo Max.
Yeah, so these are Turbo Max on the Hoonigan Ford Fiesta, right?
Yes.
Yes, this is a Ford Fiesta. This is the Gymkhana car. By the way, I've been watching
Gymkhana Files.
I
got to check that out.
Gymkhana Files is really good.
I got to check that out.
It's the entire story of Brian Scotto, who's a director of Gymkhana videos, and Ken Block. And Ken goes through all this. Like they go all over the world. Gymkhana 10 is what they're filming. And for those of you who don't know what Gymkhana is,
where have you been?
Where have you been? It's just a series of videos where Ken Block
just tears everything up.
Yeah, tears everything up in all these awesome cars. But you've seen it before. You know what it is. So, but he goes around the world and they film these things and they have all these issues. And in the same time, Ken is also doing WRC. So he's doing World Rally Championship, right? And then he ends up, trying to win, but then, kind of spoiler alert, he disbands the team in the middle, and it's like this real heartbreaking moment. But I mean, this is already like out. People know that
this happened years ago. Yeah.
This happened already, right? But and it's like you see like him actually have to tell his co-driver, because there's two drivers on the team. He tells his driver, and his driver's like really excited about it, and he's like, the driver takes it like really. He doesn't take it badly, but he's like, you could tell he's devastated.
Yeah.
And it's tough. It's tough to watch. And the same thing is like when they go to Detroit and or LA rather, and they're filming in this warehouse where they have this cool sequence where they have the Ford Escort Cosworth, and number one, they blow an engine, and I might be giving away a little, but it's fine. You'll like it. So they have some engine trouble, and then right after they get the engine fixed, then they have like an accident. And then and that's when that's when the episode ends, and Brian's like, I'm done, I'm done, I can't do this anymore. Type of like reality show drama.
Sure, yeah.
But it's really good. I think they're gonna have some more episodes, but I've watched all of them, which is I think 6 so far. It's very, very good.
I got to check that out.
Yeah. And then after that, I actually rewatched some of the Gymkhanas. I realized that I haven't watched the last one, the Gymkhana 9.
Oh, really?
I haven't. Yeah, I didn't see it until yesterday.
Oh man, it's so good.
And it's good. The thing that I didn't really like, I thought that was sort of more of the same. What I really liked, I liked 7 a lot.
Is that the London one?
No, 7 is I think 8 was a London one, but 7 was the one where they wild in the streets of L.A.
Oh, with the unicorn.
With the unicorn.
Yeah, that's unreal.
So I think it has almost 100 million views. That thing is so. First of all, they closed off all of L.A. essentially, like some of the most busy intersections in the world, and they closed it off. And they did some crazy stunts. They had these hydraulically, the low riders, yeah. And he's like doing donuts, underneath the low rider. And that sort of stuff is insane. Also, that's the first time they introduced the Unicorn, which is a 1965 Mustang with like 800 horsepower and all-wheel drive and all this stuff. And it's this crazy sounding engine. So that's probably my favorite. And then there was another one where I think 5 is another one I liked.
The San Francisco one?
Yeah, San Francisco one.
Yeah, those the San Fran and the LA, those are my two favorites.
Yeah, I think 9 was it felt good. Like it was good. It was very, very well done, like they all are.
Oh, yeah.
There's no bad ones, but I think this was kind of like we've seen a lot of this stuff.
Sure.
And I think that when you watch Gymkhana Files, like they realize that they know this, like
they peaked, yeah.
Yeah, like no, but there's only so many things you can do with a car.
Yeah. Well, within like sanity and within reason.
Right, but I mean, if you look at some of the stunts that they're doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like the first sequence is on ice and it's insane. Like they really do a lot of stuff, but they realize like they have a formula and it's been working really hard, really well for them. But on Matt Farah's podcast on the Smoking Tire, Brian Scotto was on, and he said that like he doesn't think that there's going to be an 11. Like he just thinks that they should be able to go out on top, and that's it. But I think that this last one they're trying to make it, bring out everything that they can, and then that's it, and that's going to be it.
I just want to see Rob Dyrdek on a Segway with a paintball gun again.
Yeah, that was real good. But just a lot of people don't understand. Here's the thing: when they saw Gymkhana first, when they saw the first one with the Subaru STI, I think it had an 04, and that was basically a stock car.
Yeah,
it didn't even have a roll cage or nothing in it. It was literally just a stock car. I think maybe some modifications or something. And Ken's just doing this insane, drifts and slides and stuff. They didn't know they was gonna do this well, but again, like a lot of that stuff, people got desensitized to it.
Yeah,
and then they go like, oh, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and they go, oh, well, it's not that big of a deal. But if you're there or if you're in the car, that amount of send-itness. That amount of stick-to-itiveness, right, is insane. Yes. Like you can't. That's the speeds that they're going, and the amount of noise and smoke and all that stuff. Like you literally can't see. Like if you have that amount of tire smoke, you can't see in front of you.
Correct. Yeah.
And he's just like full send, or like Cletus, full pull. You're doing full send the entire time.
Or Alejandro, the full enchilada.
Full enchilada. If you do that, like it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people got just kind of getting desensitized.
Sure.
To it. It's just like the internet. Like, why didn't you do, why don't you like jump from a plane or something? Like, so I don't know.
I mean, pretty much anything that Hoonigan does, I'm here for. I love the brand. I love the people, the characters, essentially, the people that work there. Like they have a really awesome formula, and it really speaks to. I think it really speaks to the everyman car enthusiast, the guy that, works on his car in his driveway sort of thing.
Sure.
Hoonigan as a brand, I'm with it.
So I like it because it's it is a lifestyle. It's kind of like, if you watch Daily Driven Exotics or something like that, you're living through them. And like, what's it like to have a really expensive car?
Of course, yeah.
And then do these kind of wacky things. But for them, it's like, what's it like to have zero mechanical sympathy, as they put it?
Yes.
What happens if you take a trophy truck and you have a small, parking lot, and then you decide to do jumps with it, or drive it off a dock or something like that. And you have a bunch of people that are just kind of, rowdy and they love this kind of stuff.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's really great, and I like that they got everybody. Everybody there seems to be perfectly fit for.
Oh, absolutely! Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Like when Hurt and Vin.
Yeah.
We know when they of course Kato's not there anymore, but when Vin and Kato would go do like track days and stuff, just really good.
Yeah, I met Zach.
He's
at a Michelin event, and he's Zach and Larry Chen.
Yeah.
And he's like, they're exactly who you think.
Oh,
they're,
yeah, absolutely.
Off camera or whatever. Like they're crazy people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And but they're super nice, like real down to earth people. And I think that's exactly the kind of they're doing really well in branding. But for me, I was thinking like, oh, maybe I can do something akin to that. And then I'm thinking like, yeah, but if I wreck like my Lamborghini's clutch, like that's man, that's gonna suck. And like, what happens if I hit something? And
how much longer are you gonna keep the Lambo rear wheel drive? When are you gonna put it all wheel drive?
So rear wheel drive, I just want to do it until I can get out on the road, and I want to go to Cletus's shop.
Oh, that's right.
And do kind of a redemption dyno run.
Yeah.
And see
Dino Demption.
Dino Demption, and see what it makes. But after that, then I can go all wheel drive, so I don't kill myself. So on back to
wheels.
back to wheels.
Yes.
What we were talking about before.
So HRE, that's kind of a given. Like, that's a really awesome brand. What are some other brands that you like? Just kind of overall.
So I was never too big of a wheel brand guy.
Really?
Yeah, I was never. You look at auto magazines and you see these like the spreads for wheels.
Sure,
like, I don't really care about these.
Really?
Like, it doesn't do anything for me. I tend to go OEM if I can.
Okay.
But OEM from different cars. So like my SL55, I'd really like some C63 AMG Black Series wheels. So I'll show you what those look like. And they are.
I love the big 5 spokes that came on the AMG S classes from that body style.
Yeah, so
those are cool. Those are cool looking wheels.
So SL55 wheels. So actually, if I look up SL55 wheels, it'll probably go. Okay, no, I do not know how to Google apparently. So we go to right there. So here are the stock wheels for the SL55,
which is what you have.
Which is what I have.
Right.
My car is a lot lowered. This is just kind of stock ride height. I have it on coilovers and whatnot. So this is on HREs. These are real nice. This is actually from a shop in New Jersey that I took my 3000 GT VR4 to. Can't remember what they're called, but these are real nice. These are FF01s, and again HRE wheels. Just they kind of make the car look a lot better. I don't know if the car would drive very well because it looks like there's like no gap on the fender, but it looks real tough. So that's pretty good. The thing I don't like about Mercedes is that when you mix and match wheels, sometimes they end up looking like this. I don't like this.
Yeah, no, that looks pretty bad.
It looks just a little. This is like 20-inch wheels. These are from S65 or something like that, and they don't look very good. They're 5-spoke. But they're like the split 5-spoke, and they kind of sit sunken in, and it just looks kind of like a clown car.
Yeah.
And then there's also this style, which is like super deep dish.
Ooh. Sold.
Okay, just a thing popped up that said sold. So something like this. Yeah, it's like super deep dish, and this is like
these are like
Need for Speed type things.
These are like wheels you would get from like a catalog at like Discount Tire.
Yeah, so this is not something I'd like to do. What I and then you can go.
Ooh,
yeah.
That guy with the rotiforms. Is that a rotiform?
What, this?
No, just kidding. I thought those were rotiforms for a sec.
No, so I like
not that. The other one we used.
So these are also HREs. These are nice. But this is like SEMA. This is not
just kidding. Those are not the wheels I thought they were.
Yeah. This is a prior prior wide body kit, I believe. You can make it look like the SL65 Black,
right,
except that it has a convertible top, which is actually best of both worlds. But I got approached by Prior to kind of like do one of these, but I hate body kits, so it looks cool, but I can't imagine putting this on a lift. Like imagine it's way too wide and like it's just gonna. I don't know. I don't. This is a little too much for me.
Yeah, same.
So what I like is something real simple, and it's this. So SL55. Let's see if C63 AMG Black. Let's see if that comes up. There's one guy who did it. Yeah, right here. So this is basically the same type.
Oh yeah, that looks awesome.
Yeah. So and mine would be lowered. Obviously, this is like stock ride height. And these are the C63 AMG Black wheels, and they're OEM wheels. So I don't have to worry about,
bolt patterns, fitment, spacing. And spacing would be different from a C63, but
it seems like it works pretty well.
Do you know if he's running spacers or?
I don't think so, but it's also not the greatest picture in the world, but it's fine. So I think this, with the car lowered a little bit, I think
that looks great.
I put it on my Twitter a while ago. Let's see if I can. See if I can find it. If I put in Tavarish, let's see if I can find it. I don't think I can, but no, we're not that lucky. Darn it. Okay, never mind. But I made a Photoshop of what it would look like on my car, and it looked pretty good. So I think that's where I'm gonna go with this. Other than if HRE can give me some nice wheels, then I'd totally be down for that.
Sure, yeah.
But there's a few wheels that look good on this, and I think it's multi-spoke. I think it has to be multi-spoke.
Absolutely.
But what would you say? You said the S-Class wheels look good?
Yeah. So just look up like S65 AMG.
So the S60, I think you're thinking about the S55 AMG that has like thick 5 spokes.
Yeah, big chunky boys.
So these are the monoblocks.
Right. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the body style S-Class that you have.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let me see, because so that would be a W221 S65. Let me just make sure that we are okay. S65 AMG wheels. And so it's hard when you look up wheels. Oh, it might
there they are. These guys.
Yeah, so these are those. Yeah, these are nice. This is what Ed Bullion has on his S65, and they look really good.
Yep.
I actually like the Maybach wheels. They don't look bad because this car essentially is like a Maybach.
Yes, yeah.
But this is, I think it's a little too much for me. I mean, especially because it's my daily driver.
In chrome, I think it's a little much.
Yeah, but It doesn't look horrible. Like I can see why people like this, and I like the AMG kit, even though I don't think I would get it for my car. I think it's just a little. I don't know. I like the sleeper look, but here's what it looks like. So
yes, that looks so good.
Yeah, that looks great. I think it's perfect. It's very understated, and this car has like 600 horsepower, 700 foot-pounds of torque. Just insane, and you can buy them for like next to nothing now. But those are the kinds of wheels I like. I like OEM, but what. Like, I don't even know wheel companies really. I think
really?
No. I think it's like the ones I know is just from car magazines. I know HRE, I know Koenig, because I'm working with them. I know the Volk Rays, and that's
sure,
1552. Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of people that go, "Oh, those are the blah 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 blah." Oh, they discontinued those, but then they made them in gunmetal, and then they did this. I wish I knew more about that. Are you like a wheel like aficionado?
I wouldn't say an aficionado, but I would say that I know enough to like
get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, the longtime viewers of the show know that I'm not really like a stance boy by any stretch of the imagination.
You are at heart. I think you are.
No.
I think you are. I think you just...
there's a wheel company called Rotiform, and I'm real big into Rotiform's wheels, as well as BC Forge. Now, BC Forge, like that's like upper echelon hardcore stuff.
Well, BC Forge is BC Racing's wheel division, basically.
Yeah.
So this is rotiform.
I just love some of these designs.
Well, this is very
not
similar.
all of them, but some of them.
No, but this is very similar to your. So these are sort of lower, not lower end, but lower end on the price spectrum. Definitely.
No, they're not.
It says $220.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, these might be smaller sizes.
Yeah,
these might be like 15s
sizes.
or something.
There are some rotiforms that get up there in price. Like that, the NUE.
The new.
Like that's a clean looking wheel.
It is very, yeah. This would, you know what this would look good on? The Ferrari 355.
I disagree.
No?
I don't think it would look. I think that would look good on your S class.
Maybe. I mean, it's these. That's.
Yeah, that's.
You know this is for the guy that wanted to put salad shooters.
Yeah.
But then he got his. He got his
paycheck and decided to go big.
Not even his paycheck. He got his tax return.
Yeah.
And then he's like, salad shooters. I'm going a step above. But this has to be on bags. This can't be like static. It's like undrivable.
Who cares? It's undrivable either way. But
that looks pretty good.
Yeah. So I like a lot of their designs. And what was the other company I said?
You said BC Forge.
Oh yeah, BC Forge. Right. That's some real boy stuff right there.
Well, yeah, I mean all forged because they're like CNC made and like the same thing as Strasser
and not only
ADV1.
Not only the wheel designs, but just the extent of customization that you can do with BC Forge is crazy.
Yeah, I mean these look great. So they're very similar to like the ADV1 style.
They don't exist anymore.
They don't?
Nope.
What happened to them?
They got bought by Momo or Weld, one of the two.
Okay.
Same thing with CCW. They got bought by Weld or Momo,
okay.
One of the two.
Well, CCW only had that one wheel.
No, they had a whole
No,
bunch of
I know,
yeah,
but like if you ask the forums, they have like, you got CCWs, like they know what you're talking about.
Just that one.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, CCW. If you just look up CCW wheels, there's one wheel that everybody puts on their car, and it's this one.
Yep.
It's
mesh faced.
And every Supra owner, that's how you know that you have arrived in the Supra forums when you have CCWs in your car.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody put it on his I think his Trailblazer SS, and he was like king for a day.
Good Lord.
But yeah, look, it's literally just as one style. But they look pretty good. I think they're quite light, and they're multi-piece. So
I don't think they're light. I think they were pretty heavy.
Really?
Yeah, these are stance boy wheels. Like these are not.
No, I no. These are pretty. I'm pretty sure that they're light. Let me look up weight. Just look up CCW wheel weight. But I could have swore that they're pretty light. What?
I don't think that's a CCW right there.
That is not a CCW. that is. Well, it's on a Miata. So no, actually, this is on RX-7. RX-7s have pretty light wheels. I'm going to go ahead and say that these are light wheels, and
okay.
if you can go ahead and disagree with me, but I don't care.
I mean, I never had enough money to afford them, so I guess it didn't really matter.
Okay, so it's 51 pounds. But that's with the tire, and I don't know how. I don't know.
That's pretty bad.
But I don't know how much a tire weighs, and I also don't know how big these wheels are.
Tires weigh like maybe 10 pounds, 8 to 10 pounds.
Depends on how big they are, though.
Yeah.
My tires
so for a Corvette, maybe 15 pounds.
Yeah.
So that's not really.
Well, I don't know. My tires are pretty big, so that. Maybe
anyway,
my tires were at least 45 pounds. So,
okay, yeah,
yeah. So the wheels are 5 pounds. So they're very, very, very light.
Yes,
yeah. But the tires are made of depleted uranium.
Yes,
so
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that is some Hot Wheel talk. I like. I think a lot of people customize their cars with wheels, and it's just one of those things where are wheels a build? Wheels are not a build, right?
No.
Okay. But you can spend as much money on wheels as you can on an entire build.
I wouldn't say an entire build, but I'd say an entire car.
Yeah, I mean, well, you can have more money in the wheels than you have in the car, but I'm saying as far as a build itself, you can have, you can have $10,000 wheels and you can have a $5,000 build.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So it's just one of those things that I don't see why it wouldn't be a build if you're like, I saved up for a year to buy these wheels and and then you're over here, that's not a build stance, boy.
Well, it's not.
What can I say? I'm just
cool. You changed the wheels that didn't do anything. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it does. It actually lowers the center of gravity and less rolling resistance.
If you get larger wheels, no, it doesn't.
Well, actually increases the rolling center of gravity. Okay.
Rolling resistance, maybe.
No, the rolling center of gravity. That's a new thing. # rolling center of gravity. So we're going to answer some questions that you guys asked me on my Instagram, and some of you asked some very interesting ones, sort of. Andrew _SPE52 says, "Is there any car you'd refuse to work on?" You answer this, Andrew.
Tesla. Next.
Tesla. You'd refuse to work on a Tesla?
Yes.
Why? How do you do it? how do?
Because if everything's proprietary and like you need special tools.
Yeah, but everything's proprietary in a lot of stuff. So it's like.
Yeah, but did you work in a Tesla service center for 2 years?
No.
Okay.
You didn't work in a Tesla service center, did you?
Yes.
But did you work on them?
No. I'm saying, but I worked at the service center multiple times.
Yeah, but what are they? But it's like Tesla service centers for like trim panels falling off. It's not like
no. It's they do. I mean, so the cool thing is with those cars, everything's very modular. So like to replace like a rear motor takes very little time whatsoever.
So why wouldn't you work on that?
Because it's just boring.
Oh, it's boring.
And you need like proprietary tools.
I need excitement. I need things to blow up. Actually, speaking of blowing up, did you see Rich Rebuild's channel? Rich Rebuilds is a guy who has this. He like rebuilds Teslas and stuff, and he has he's doing this Disney old style like electric car, and then he put a Tesla drivetrain in it, right? But the shop that did it, I think they were charging the batteries, and I think they were doing it without a BCS, which is a battery control system or something, and the whole thing blew up.
Nice.
Like the batteries exploded. And I don't know if you ever seen a battery pack. This is like, I think two of the battery packs that Tesla has. And I think Tesla has like 20. And 2 of them like exploded. And there's like these little lithium ion batteries.
Oh, yeah.
They are like basically bullets.
Yes.
They explode in extraordinary form.
So there's footage of it exploding?
Yeah. It's a whole video.
I'm going to have to look that up.
You guys watch Rich Rebuild's channel. And so it's, the shop, like Rich wasn't there, but the shop had footage of everything. So this thing started blowing up while they were working on other cars. They push it outside, and the thing's just exploding. It's these batteries are literally just taking off like rockets.
Yeah,
and it goes off for a while. And the thing is, the firefighters can't put that out. It's because it doesn't have to have anything to do with oxygen. Mm-mm. Usually, what firefighters do is they deprive a fire of oxygen. And that's how they put it out. Like with a gas fire or whatever, you need oxygen. But here, it's just a chemical reaction. It just burns. It's just all that energy has to go somewhere and explodes. So they just let it, like Usher said, let it burn. But it's scary, man. Like, can you imagine a Tesla going up and it doesn't stop, or something happens and it can happen in your garage. Now, I'm not saying that will happen.
But it's the car of the future, Freddie.
No, it is. Here's the thing. It's the car of the future. They said the same thing about when you went from steam engines to internal combustion engines. Went from external combustion to internal combustion, right? They, in the turn of the century, they actually called internal combustions explosion engines.
Yes.
So, because it was a marketing thing. It's like, oh, you want one of them explosion engines. Like, I don't want an explosion engine. Even though external combustion is literally like...
In the infancy of the automobile industry, most cars on the road were steam or electric powered anyway.
Yes. But now, like with lithium ion, like the amount of energy that you can store inside one of those battery packs...
It's immense.
It's immense. Yeah. And also, if something happens where those battery packs fail or they short... well, Tesla has some really good like battery control, and they can control the... temperatures and voltages, all that stuff really well.
So the crazy thing with that is those little individual cells, the Model S and X, those batteries have 7,104 of those little batteries in the underside of the car.
Yeah, and they're all,
like if one of those goes up, like
no. Well, if one of those goes out, it's not catastrophic because they break them up into like sections.
Banks, yeah.
Yeah, so you can have degradation, which is fine. That happens all the time. Yeah, but there's very good systems in place. But the problem is when you start working on these things, like let's say Tesla now is fine, but let's say a Tesla in 30 years, where you're like, oh, I found a barn find Tesla. That might be, if you don't have that proprietary equipment, or you're not rebuilding stuff from scratch and you don't know what exactly is going on, that's going to be a tough sell. It's not like, oh, I just put some gas in the carb and it started right up. Like, nah, you might die. Like, this is hard.
Yeah, so that is why I would not want to work on a Tesla.
Okay, so I actually would want to work on a Tesla. I wouldn't mind buying one, not a salvage one. I think that there's a little, there's kind of a lot of
well, if it's a salvage one, you're not getting any help from Tesla whatsoever on anything. So
yeah, but I wouldn't need it. The only thing I'd like, it's one of those things where if you buy a computer and it's like, do you want to update? Like, no, I'm good. Everything works. It's fine. But with Tesla, it's like, no, sometimes you need to update because there's some real blind spots in the in the software. So that's we'll see. I think Tesla is actually opening up a bit to that. Like, if you want to have your car worked on by an independent mechanic, then they will still allow you to do some over-the-air updates. I think Rich Rebuilds, he can get over-the-air updates on his salvage one. So I'm not sure. I'd have to talk to him. I've never talked to him before, but I think he can shed some light on this. But a Tesla is something you'd never work on. I would never work on. Well, actually, I don't know. I'd probably work on everything. There's not really any car that.
Yeah, other than Tesla, really any electric car.
I actually would like to work on an electric car. The only problem is I'm scared to death of shorts and electrical fires.
You should be scared to death right now because I'm wearing shorts.
Oh. Get away. So I don't think there's any car that I wouldn't work on. Akuma_Zay says, for a kid in high school, what would be the best car to get that can be easily modified, but also a good daily car?
Miata. Answer is always Miata.
I don't know. Fun fact, I still have not driven a Miata.
We got to change that like yesterday, man.
We do. So I don't know about Miata. I would say 350Z. That's probably the best.
Ugh.
No? Okay, you know what? Easily modified, but also a good daily car. Nissan Maxima.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you can get those for nothing. You can get those for free. Like, it's crazy. And V6, you can probably find them in manual. They're fun to drive. Easy to work on, good daily.
Yep, and surprisingly quick.
Roomy, you can fit 4 or 5 people in them. Good.
4 doors for more friends.
For more house guests. E.T. Blackman 215 says, that's the name.
Okay.
Says, does pineapple go on pizza?
It does not.
It does not.
No.
I think it does, but I am also
a garbage human.
So that's I'm just the worst type of person. So that's that's how we're gonna end that. Let's see. Do you Wumbo? What is Wumbo? Is that a? I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
Hiro.Tavaris. Almost Tavarish. Says, why the hell did you get rid of the Viper? And that is to pay for my new car, which you guys will see probably in January sometime. Yeah. I think January, like end of January, is probably when I'm going to unveil that car.
And also because the Viper pretty much just needed body work.
Yeah, it just needed body work. It was good. It was going to be an interesting build. Just because I never had a Viper before, it's interesting. But I think that's the one that was like least.
But by selling that car, you forfeit your crown of the King of Florida in 1995.
I don't think so.
Forfeit the crown.
We'll
in 1995.
In 1995.
Yeah.
Maybe
which is the crown you wanted.
Maybe in another year I'll be the King of Florida.
Sure, yeah, but I'm saying the year that you initially wanted, you forfeit that crown.
Yes. I might still get a Viper at some point, but maybe, I've always wanted like an 03 Viper. Like an 03, like a Gen 3 or a Gen 4 like a GTS. Those are probably my favorite ones.
Gen 4s are just so poorly made.
I don't care. That all Vipers are poorly made, Andrew.
Yeah, but I'm saying
all Vipers are
the
garbage.
GTS. Like it's supposed to be like a newer, updated, like
No.
better car.
I see. That's what I like. I like that it's built like a truck.
It's still made in a shed.
It is still made in a shed. Even the brand new one. Even the like.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the brand new one is like it's not.
The panel gaps were terrible. The interior was falling apart in the showroom. Like
I love a car that in order to open up the door, you can literally get your fingers stuck in the door.
Yes, terrifying.
It's so like I went to a car show. I'm like, this is a horrible design. You can actually lose your car keys inside the door handle.
Yep.
So that's fun. I can imagine how many people get their hands caught and then their rings fall off inside the door panel.
Or like their finger gets degloved because the ring gets caught. They just pull it out. It's just a bone with no skin on it.
Honey, hospital.
Yep.
Let's see. Euro Gringo says, would you ever do a you guys with your names? Would you ever do a kit car from start to finish on your channel? I've said this on my channel. No, I don't think so.
No, you want to buy one that's been poorly done.
I want to buy one that's almost done and then just drive it a little bit and then just make fun of it. That's that's basically all I want to do. Like, isn't this crazy? Blah blah blah. Like, I don't want to build one from start to finish. Like, you know how boring that is. If you guys think like building a Lamborghini over 9 months is boring, how about building a kit car? That's something that at the end it's not even going to be as cool as a Lamborghini, and then it takes 5 years. How about that? Yeah. So, Panagatis Roberto says, when are you getting a BMW? Is there a reason every big YouTuber loves them M cars, but still avoids them? Vehicle Virgin sold his M5 years ago. Shmee doesn't own one. Mr. JWW doesn't either. SOL doesn't. Seen through glass too, and also you don't. Why? Y'all seem to respect them and praise them, but then just go and buy Mercs. Here's why.
Because they suck.
They don't. No, they don't suck. They're fun to drive. They're good to drive. They're good like when they work. Problem is when they don't, they're really bad. Yep. They have cooling systems made of plastic. I wrote an article on Jalopnik. You guys should go read it. It's called BMW Engines Are Unreliable Pieces of,
Stuff.
Scheisse. And they, BMW really didn't like, I mean, that's probably why I can't get a BMW press car right now. But I just looked at all the engine problems that they had over the years, and there's a lot of them.
Yes, there are.
There's Vanos failures. There's oil pump failures. The oil pump in my 540i, it literally, like the bolts came out.
Yes, you told that story.
Yeah, the bolt, like I took the pan off and the bolts are on the bottom of the pan. The timing chain, the timing chain guide, it's made of plastic. Yep. It falls apart.
Yep. I paid for that in my Mini Cooper.
Yep, and it's
and the oil pump.
Yeah, it's across,
and the high pressure fuel pump.
It is across. It is across like all these different models. So we have the oil pump. We have the Vanos failures. We have some
fix that in my Mini Cooper.
We have timing issues.
Yeah, fix that in my Mini Cooper.
Are you getting some popping in your?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so it's probably just me. So there's timing issues. There's definitely CCV issues, which is the crankcase ventilation valve, or CVV. I don't know, but it's like a PCV valve, but it's more complicated because of BMW.
Mm-hmm. And it's also made of plastic.
Everything's made of plastic. The cooling system is made of plastic. They explode.
Had to replace a lot of my cooling system.
They literally explode.
Yes. Yep.
My M3s, my E46 M3s cooling expansion tank literally exploded. Mm-hmm. So I'm getting this like weird thing on my. Okay. Having some technical difficulties. I'm like going in and out of phase with my headphones. Anyway, we'll do it. We'll do it live. So the CCV, we have Vanos, we have like a lot of different things, and then the engines, the rod bearings go. So we have the S65, which is the V10 and the M5 and M6.
Yep.
We have the E46 M3. We have the E39 M5. We have all the M cars that have high revving engines. They have rod bearing failures, like at different intervals. So it's like it's not an if but when.
Yep. So
that's probably why people don't buy them. I know. I actually watched a video yesterday where they're talking about BMWs with Car Throttle, Alex Kirsten.
Oh yeah.
So they did one with that video. They did a video with Engineering Explained and also Colin Furze. And
I love Colin Firth.
Yeah, and it was a really good video. It's like really stupid things that people say when they're trying to sell a car. It's like 170,000 miles. Well, that's BMW says that's a sweet spot. And
Highway miles.
Yeah, highway mile. It was like Colin trying to sell a car. So he said this 170,000 miles continuous. You don't have this hot, cold. No, it's plateau. It's just 170,000 miles just in one go. It's really, really fun. But they had like a BMW E46 330i touring. And I mean, those are okay. But I think he ended up selling it for, $100 or something. And it was crazy. But that's why people don't really drive them, because they're not great as far as reliability. And you want something as when you have a YouTube channel, you want something that's a little more reliable.
Yes.
So that's probably why. We'll take a few more, and then we'll. DP Mustang 824 says, I want to start modifying my 2018 Mustang GT. I have no previous wrenching experience. What would be a good first mod I can't F up?
A tune.
A tune, I would say tires and brakes.
Intake, exhaust, all bolt-on stuff.
Yeah.
Easy to replaceable. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're doing it yourself, intake, exhaust probably. But I would start, like, the number one thing, get better tires.
Yep.
Better tires and better brakes, and learn, like, driver mod.
Yeah.
But you can definitely screw that up, though.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can be like, oh, I'm the best driver in the... Oh, no! Especially with a Mustang. I mean, it's a foregone conclusion at that point.
Yep.
But, yeah, definitely do like a intake, exhaust, tires, brakes, and that's sort of it. It'll transform the car from what you know. And then a tune. You can do, I don't know what Mustang tunes they have, but 2018s probably get something cool.
Oh, absolutely. Especially for the 5.0. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Pops and crackles and all that stuff. A lot of people say, what car do you recommend for a 17-year-old? And okay, so this is like good first cars, a 350Z Miata, just something cheap, Maxima. It's something that any car that you can afford. Just make sure that you don't do something stupid, because when you're a kid, you're gonna do dumb things.
Yeah, you are.
In the name of love, or in the name of whatever. You're just gonna. In the name of love. All in the name of love. In the name of love.
Worst Bono impersonation I've ever heard.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
In the name of love.
World Rider says, whatever happened to the Bugatti project? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing ever materialized. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure if anything's gonna happen with that, but we'll. I
think it's tied up in so many webs.
Yes. Okay, we'll end with this. Car and Mechanical says, what are each of your favorite 100 horsepower cars? Can be BHP or wheel horsepower. So brake horsepower or wheel horsepower. 100 horsepower.
That's the easiest answer in the world.
Okay. What is it?
FBRX7.
Okay.
101 horsepower from the factory.
How much was it putting down to the wheels?
Probably like 30.
70% drivetrain loss.
I don't know, actually. Probably like high 70s, low 80s.
Okay. So that's actually not too bad. I think that would probably be. I'm not sure if that would be my favorite. What makes 100 horsepower? I don't even know what makes 100 horsepower. What about like does a Fiesta, like what's the bone stock Fiesta? Not a ST or anything. It's probably down there, right? It's
probably like 97 or so.
Yeah, so probably that, because it came with like this weird dual clutch transmission that actually is kind of fun to drive when you know what it is.
Yeah.
A lot of people had a problem with it because they were like, "Oh, it shifts too hard." It was like, "Nah, bro, it's dual clutch. It's just slamming into gears. That's what you gotta." It's race cars. My dog is going nuts over there. All right, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. Hope you guys have had some fun. We actually got a lot darker on the picture here because the sun went away. Bye, sun. But we can fix that in post.
What did the buffalo say when his kid went off to college? Bye, son.
You can reach us at
Car Guys Talk,
and Andrew will give you a personalized By Sun t-shirt.
Nope.
All our social links will be down below, and you can reach us there. But until next time, this is me, Tavarish, for Andrew Howell, with my barking dog back there, reminding you guys, as always.
Oh, boy.
That was...
Pepto-Bismol every day.
Pepto-Bismol every day. See you guys. Wrench every day, you crazy ratcheteers. Oh, my God.